Welcome back. Welcome. Welcome back. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Um, Getting back onto Big U. This is just a recap and some updates. I don't know why I wait so late to go live, but then I'm always sleepy. Then I gotta get up in the morning. It's just crazy. But who is Big U? He is the leader of the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips in South Los Angeles. So we know that he was charged with a criminal operation known as Big U Enterprise. The crimes include extortion, human trafficking, fraud, murder, all that. And he was supposed to be an anti-gang activist. We know all of this. And he used his power through violence, fear, and intimidation through social media platforms, podcasts, interviews, and documentaries to put fear into people. They really feared him, and what I believe Wack was also scared of him. And he used his Grid Foundation as a front to hide all his illegal activities. We know Brick Baby and Luce Cannon was also arrested. So that's just a quick recap. Let's get into this because we already know this. However, now they saying that they using Wack 100 statements is being used by the FBI. Some people are saying that Wack is working with them people. I, the way it looked like, I think Wack is working with them people too.
But then again, you know how the feds work. We don't care how many chickens or turkeys you pass out. Yeah. We don't care how many book bags you can pass out. What we care about is these wiretaps. We care about these confidential informants. And we care about your actions within the means of the law.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we
I like Scandalous Los Angeles. I like him. Y'all subscribe to him.
And review
U Enterprise up to $25,000 per month when victim one was at the top of his earning capacity. Shortly before the robbery, however, victim one had ceased paying extortion to the Big U Enterprise, as victim one did not believe it was necessary or that he was receiving any benefit from the payments. On the day of the robbery, approximately 11 of the Big U Enterprises members and associates, including Robinson and Williams, both of whom victim one knew well as Rolling 60s members, rushed into the dispensary armed with firearms and without masks. They demanded belongings of anyone inside and stole cash and marijuana from the store before fleeing. At one point, they demanded a watch from one of the co-owners, but at resurrection, they ended up letting him keep it. According to victim one, while still at the dispensary, the robbers put victim one on the phone with Henley, who invited victim one to Henley's home. According to victim one, when victim one arrived at Henley's Arlington premises, Robinson, Williams, and other robbers were there, as were the proceeds of the robbery. Inside, Henley told victim one, "That's how you rob yourself." Henley then demanded $10,000 from victim one to ensure other robberies did not occur. Henley also directed victim one to identify other businesses or dispensaries that could be similarly robbed and assured victim one that the Big U Enterprise would compensate him for identifying any robberies. Henley then provided a portion of the robbery proceeds back to victim one. Williams later admitted to this robbery and the aftermath on a podcast. On the No Jumper podcast, after stating that Williams was Henley's right-hand man, Williams explained, so basically, he'll manipulate things. We'll go and do something. And then the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later as we trying to count everything.
He'll be like, he'll manipulate things. Like, we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, counting everything, right?
And we be like, how the fuck? Williams then said that Henley would state, well, we just going to give like $40,000 back.
And we be like, how the fuck they get that? Oh, well, we're going to just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that.
Wack 100, who was a rival Chocolate's counterpart of Henley's for the Bloods, was also on the podcast and stated, you know why he wanted to give the dude back the $40, right? Because he was going to make the dude give him $20 for getting it back.
One day, you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was going to make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Williams then agreed. Of course.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course.
He did that to two famous rappers. Williams then detailed demanding $50,000 from the celebrity rapper RR, or they would kill the celebrity rapper MM.
He did that to, when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
Where'd you do that?
So,
the club, when you split them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him. Dude, and Meek and
Draws.
have no idea that Draw sent you at him. Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Williams then said RR dropped off the $50,000, and Henley stopped answering the phone and then did not share any of the proceeds with Williams.
Because I called Ross, I'm like, Ross,
Boy, this shit get crazy.
drop off the 50,000 and we're gonna let Meek live on crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000, and so me and the homies we go back. He stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up and shit like that. And we were like, what you doing? Like 2 days later, he called me. He was like, oh, nephew, where you at? And I'm like, nigga, where my money at? And he was like, oh, I needed it for bills. I needed it for... I'm like, what? Like, cuz that's some weird shit.
According to further No Jumper and Vlad TV segments, Henley then served a cease and desist order on No Jumper, and this podcast episode was removed from the platform, although a recording of the episode remained available elsewhere online.
We received a cease and desist from Big U about some of your claims and Loose Cannon's claims, I guess, on this podcast. And after having it evaluated by our legal team, they told us that they thought it was a good idea for us to remove the episode.
According to further No Jumper and Vlad TV segments, Henley then served a cease and desist order on No Jumper, and this podcast episode was removed from the platform, although a recording of the episode remained available elsewhere online.
In the affidavit, the feds confirmed that Adam 22 received a cease and desist letter from Big U, which prompted the removal of the controversial video from the No Jumper podcast. Adam himself has stated that his legal team advised him to take it down. The feds also claimed that the video was removed from YouTube, but remained available through other channels. The problem is, the video is still live on Adam's channel, with each part of the conversation clearly labeled for easy access. Considering the FBI's reputation for thoroughness, these small intentional untruths reveal a lot about who's cooperating in this investigation.
This recounting of this robbery occurred years after the robbery of one's entry, and years after victim one had already recounted and planned the robbery for the FBI. Lately, Williams has claimed in multiple interviews that he is no longer affiliated with Big U, whom he now refers to as Big Useless or Big Uterus. However, Williams continues to discuss former Big U enterprise business, to discuss and threaten violent assaults and robberies, and to actually commit the same. For example, on January 3rd, 2025, outside of the No Jumper podcast filming location in Los Angeles, Williams struck a victim in the head multiple times with a firearm and pointed the firearm at the back of his head.
Yep, and that damn, what's that guy name? Damn, Medici, no, whatever his name is, he is paralyzed. He is still in the hospital. They really did him bad, and I hope he sued them and that they pick up that case. But they haven't yet. But they did reopen Nipsey case. So, and I kind of hope that they get them. Well, they already convicted the killer of PMB Rock, but they was there, and you can't tell me Big U didn't have nothing to do with that because they was there at Roscoe's while while it all went down when PMB Rock was killed. They had something to do with it too.
Let's not forget that Lucy pulled that move at No Jumper at the orders of his handler CS2 Back, the federal informant.
They just don't want to admit the truth that we're not internet news. And that's just the fact to it. And it's like when they come playing, we're going to show you. And unfortunately, when somebody, like, they got caught, doing it. They try to come up to Wack on some goofy stuff. Wack said, Nipsey, let's make an example. And that's what we did. Wack said, Nipsey, let's make an example. And that's what we did. Wack said, Nipsey, let's make an example. And that's what we did.
While two other suspects removed valuables from the victim, including jewelry, cash, and a cell phone, in excess value of $5,000. The victim lost consciousness during the incident, which was captured on video and posted to social media, apparently to stoke fear and boast of Williams's penchant for violence. After the incident, Williams posted a 7-minute video on his YouTube channel discussing the beating, stating that he used to be Big Useless's enforcer.
I told you, I was Big Useless enforcer.
That he loves to fight, and that the incident could have went a lot worse. Williams's post also played a portion of the assault.
Or Wack 100 could be in danger of some sort of indictment because if Big U's guilty of creating an air and aura of fear and intimidation, using loose cannon to beat people up and paying a check-in fee, well, Wack 100 talks about checking in, not exactly the same way as Big U.
He said Porky speaks about a different kind of checking in than Big U. Let's see how different it is.
Didn't have the entertainment shit. Aftermath gave him a few plugs. I gave a gang plug. Everywhere we went and took it, we walked in, go boom, 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 this boom, boom, boom. We part of the table. He found me and boom, boom, boom. And a few niggas like with T.I., the T.I. relationship was a play. Nigga, we put the fake blood press. Nigga, we put the fake blood press. Nigga, we put the fake blood press.
Porky just said we, which means he's admitting to his own involvement, incriminating himself.
Okay, Big U, you pull up at the Denny's in Westwood, boom, you jump out, save the day, and then T.I. gonna be up under you, you regulate that. That's where that come from.
That sounds like Porky was the one directing everything. He said they put the fake blood press on T.I., so Big U could come save the day. Porky just said that he did that. Then he said he instructed Big U to regulate that situation. Porky and Loose Cannon's relentless pursuit of getting Big U arrested has led both of them to incriminate themselves in the process. Ironically, Lucy ended up behind bars for his own statements, while CS2 Back has faced no such repercussions. This inconsistency leaves a lot of people wondering why one is being penalized while the other seems to be shielded.
He was kicked out of the house because he wore his son's chain without permission, which is, if you let somebody live with you, it seems like a minor thing to put them out of the house. It could be show the type of personality he is, very domineering. And then he got back cool with him. He got some studio time for him. I wouldn't be surprised if it was with that Mally Mal guy who Loose Cannon jumped on. is wrong with you, yo? There's footage of Luce Cannon beating up Mally Mall. Luce Cannon tells the whole story about Big U sicking them on Molly Mall, and
so I ended up whooping Molly Mall ass, right? Put it on camera and shit. Guy named Big U. It's cool. They used to be brothers, right?
That's talking about Big U and Molly Mall.
No, Big U, Molly Mall, and you.
Yes.
Molly Mall, who you're friends with.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Right. Yeah, they used to be. They were all.
Still my brother.
He put us on the phone together.
Still my brother.
Yeah. Molly Mall is a good dude. He just a scammer. So
Molly's not a scammer.
Allegedly.
Molly Mall is a scammer.
You and Molly
But
Mall
they
is good.
cool. They still good.
Yeah,
He talks the truth.
Molly's
Whether they
not
like
a
it or
fucking
not.
scammer.
I fuck
You
with
know what? This is what I'm saying.
Look,
All the business I've ever did with Molly, he always delivered.
No, have you ever seen
didn't
Molly
do
Mall produce a song?
He has the producers.
No. Have
Pooh
you
Bear,
ever-
nigga,
Pooh Bear is a writer. Pooh Bear is.
he makes the
just a-
studio available. He provides the beats.
And then-
He demos them. And then when people pull up, he press play. I got to hit the Game and Jeremiah joint.
No,
Came from Molly.
he's just saying though, he just puts his name on things. He don't really do it.
A whole bunch of these producers
You're
do
right
that.
about
That's
that.
smart. I
You
want
know
to
that
start doing
shit.
You're right about
That's
that.
true.
That's a fact. Go ahead. We listen.
Okay, so basically, after I whipped Molly Mall ass for doing some bullshit, and then and Molly Mall would tell you, he was like, I was in the wrong, I was fucked up, I was going to jail, I was off.
Oh, hey, Money
and
Low.
stuff like that. I was just
I'm gonna
fucked up,
subscribe
so
to
I
your
don't know
channel,
why I
Money
played with you
Low.
like that.
I don't know that, Molly. I guess when I come around, I've never seen him do drugs or none of that shit.
Yeah. So I told him that, and then I guess Big U told Molly Mall some shit, and then when Big U told Molly Mall some shit, he told you. Molly Mall told you,
You definitely told me some
and then
shit.
you called Big U, and when you called Big U, he got mad because you outed him, or Molly Mall outed him. So he basically said, "Fuck you," and fuck Molly Mall. So
that's why he got mad at me?
he got mad at you because you called him as a man, and you stepped to him, and he
Because
felt.
Molly Mall's supposed to be his brother. I've seen Molly Mall bail him out of jail, give him his mansion, just give him the fucking mansion and say, here go the
Wow.
keys, here go the keys of my cars, you're my brother, I love you. When he was short on money, Molly Mall go in his pocket, look out for him. I saw Molly Mall help his artists, give him free beats. So when I
Wow.
like that, because it was a situation on Sunset, Molly Mall's eating. You see some guys pull up and they get at Molly Mall, right?
Saying what?
They get at him, ain't no saying nothing. Action.
Beat his
Oh,
ass.
they beat his ass. Okay.
They get at him, right? That's Luce. So I'm like,
Oh.
so I get the call, right? I'm like, he like, yo, I say, yo, who's that? He like, Luce Cannon. I say, what Luce? I say, where you from? Because I know it ain't him. Because Big U from 6-0. Ain't no way Luce get that Molly Mall like that. So when he say Luce Cannon, I'm like, from where? He like 6-0. I say, wait, that was Luce that did you like that? I said, hold on. So I called Big U. Hey, man, why is Luce doing that to bro? Now, you got to remember, me and Molly do real business. I come get a beat from him. You know, I pay him for his beat, give him his points. We got to hit him and Game and Jeremiah came from Molly, right? So Big U, like, laughs the shit off, right? So I'm like, yo, bro, what kind of shit you on? I thought Molly is, you know what I'm saying? What kind of shit you on?
Yeah.
Right? So then, you know, he started to make mention of certain things, and I guess he must have called you back or called Molly back. He called Molly back and said, you called Wack, and told Wack, and at this point in time, Molly like, fuck me calling Wack. What's up with your homeboys doing me like that? You know, I didn't let your kids stay. I didn't did everything in the world for you. What's up with your... And at that point in time, I think Molly's light came on.
Yeah.
But then again, you know how the feds work. We don't care how many chickens or turkeys you pass out.
Yeah.
We don't care how many book bags you done passed out. What we care about is these wiretaps. We care about these confidential informants, and we care about your actions within the means of the law.
Yeah, he talking. Damn, don't. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, cool. I can let that one go. Yeah, he talking. Luce put himself up in there. Here we go, Brick Baby Paul thing.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, it's hood talk. Y'all know what
I
it
like
is.
hood
Y'all
talk
know what
too.
it is. Situation with Brick Baby. Because his parents had a lot of money. His parents did put him in a private school where he played basketball. He even won the.
Now this messed me up, and I'm gonna let this play because this is hood talk. And I did not know that Brick Baby parents came out of BMF, and they got cash. They got real dough. He went to private school, so why the fuck is he gang bang? He could have did so many other things.
They used to hustle for big meats. Yeah, his parents used to hustle, man. Brick Baby.
And I think
Find out.
okay.
Brick Baby, he's a podcaster, man. He a gang member, but he's a podcaster. He knee deep in the streets. He had a lot going on. He's the one that was getting a lot of rappers, robbed in Atlanta. Rappers that used to go to Atlanta from other states to go perform. Yeah, he was well connected. He knew a few people, and he'd get your ass set up. He was also doing that in California. It was a lot going on with this dude. A lot going on with this dude. But check it out. I consider him one of the dumbest motherfuckers ever, and I'm gonna explain why. Brick Baby, he came from a good family, man. Brick Baby, his parents, they used to hustle for big meats. Yeah, his parents used to hustle for BMF. So
I did not know that. Let me get my cigarette.
But really not deep into the joint, and I'm gonna explain why. You see, his parents used to work for BMF, so they had money, and they took care of their kid. They took care of him. There wasn't no deadbeat parents. See, they wasn't like most of our parents. You know what I'm saying? Most of our parents came from the hood. They was drug addicts. They was broke. No, this is the opposite when it comes to the situation with Brick Baby. Because his parents had a lot of money. His parents did put him in a private school where he played basketball. He even won the state championship. You understand what I'm saying? He got accepted. He got an acceptance letter from Clark Atlanta University so he could play basketball. So his family made sure he was moving in the right direction all of the time. He wasn't forced into the streets like a lot of us.
That shocked me.
Now, this is where he started going astray. In college, he got caught with 75 pounds of bud. No lie. He got caught with 75 pounds of bud. Like I told you, they was messing with BMF. They was messing with big meats. The boy was knee deep in the loop. So, I got to commend him on that. Yeah, he got caught with 75 pounds of bud, but he only received a year. Now, that shit sound kind of suspect. I ain't even going to lie to you.
Facts.
It sound kind of suspect, but it don't sound kind of suspect. You know what I'm saying? Because he's well connected. He knows a lot of people. We don't know what type of lawyers he had. And on top of that, that was his very first felony. Anytime it's your first felony, like, you could almost get anything. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like a murder
Facts.
or something
Facts.
that's that tragic. You understand what I'm saying? But usually when you is your very first felony and you in college and you doing everything right, that's the only blemish on your record. There's a great chance, I'm saying, you're not going to get slayed like that.
Facts.
Yeah, so I'm saying he only received a year for that. That's all he received. So after he got locked up in school, he went back to California where he get popped. Somebody popped his ass. Now I'm saying he was damn near paralyzed. So these are a lot of signs basically telling him to slow down.
Facts.
Basically time to slow down, but he doesn't slow down. What he does is he goes back to Atlanta and he links with Pee Wee Longway. For y'all that don't know who Pee Wee Longway is,
wow.
It's like the little big meat
streets of Atlanta. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying?
He
He's
locked
knee
up
deep
now.
in everything.
Yeah,
He
he
got
locked
a lot
up.
of money. He deals with a lot of artists. You know, he's knee deep in the loop. Now, PB was well connected and was helping Bricc Baby rob the rappers. That's what he was doing out there in Atlanta. And I'm saying they was out there robbing the rappers. So he had the link. He Crip. He wrote in the 60s. You know, they got a lot of Crips in Atlanta. So he got some numbers. And he basically know what he's doing. So, you know, I got to commend him on that. He get locked up for guns again. Only to receive a few months. It's like this dude stay getting knocked for hammers. Like left and right, he get knocked for hammers. Not even a year later, after he got knocked for the hammer, which is basically the second time, he get locked up for another hammer. Now he received 18 months. Now this is where I'm gonna start to get into where this nigga is like, he's like the dumbest OG ever. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk y'all through it right now. He was on No Jumper. Everybody know about the beef that he got with Luce and all that, know what I'm saying? But he was on No Jumper. You know, that's mainly where he used to do his thing at over there. And he had a gun on him. He had a gun on him. Like
He did. Sure did.
You know what I'm saying? This is him on the No Jumper show.
Yep.
Gun in his waist. Y'all see that gun in his waist? Y'all see that gun in his waist right there? Now, mind you, this dude right here, he done caught all types of felony gun possessions as it is. Now I'm going to break down to y'all why he's in the feds and what he's facing, what he's looking at. Because it don't matter what nobody else tells you, know what I'm saying? It always goes by the law books. The law books are the only thing that matters. Nothing else matters. Nothing else. When you go in there, know what I'm saying, you got to be talking their language. This right here is felon in possession of a legal weapon under the federal guidelines. Now, this is how it goes under the federal guidelines. It says, under the federal law, a convicted felon possessing a firearm faces a maximum penalty of 10 years imprisonment.
Damn.
So that's the maximum you basically going to face. Is 10 years imprisonment, but that's for your first charge. A $250,000 fine and potentially a 50-year minimum.
Damn.
If they have prior convictions for violent felonies or serious drug offenses.
Wow.
This is where the whole game changed. So if you don't have a record, like let me break it down real quick so y'all that don't know about federal law and y'all that carry guns. Like, yo, word them up. And you could just take a picture with a gun. If you've been locked up for a gun before, even if it's a state case, and the feds want you, and the feds see you with a picture of a gun, and they know that that gun is real, guess what? Now you're a felon in possession of a legal weapon. And these are stone cold facts. They don't gotta catch you with the hammer on you. They just gotta know that you're in possession of a weapon. Like that gun is real and you had it. You had it in your possession. That's enough to get you spanked. That's enough to get you spanked with like 15 joints. Like I'm trying to tell y'all. If it's your first charge and you go into the feds, yeah, you're gonna get a little slap on the hand. I'm saying you might get months. You might get 18 months. You might get 2 years. You might get a year. You might not get nothing. But if you got a serious record, they gonna put that belt to your ass. And your minimum is gonna be 15. So you see how it went from your max record, your minimum is 15. Yeah, it's a nasty game, y'all. It's a nasty game, y'all. So with that cat and them hammers out there, and be on point. Y'all better be on playing with these streets, and if you all gonna play with the streets, you should at least know the law. You should know what you're facing.
Facts.
See, that was my mistake as a youngin'. That was most of our mistakes as a youngin'. When I jumped off the porch, I jumped knee deep. I ain't reading no law books. Ain't nobody telling me how to do nothing other than bag the work up better, other than try to shoot somebody, other than try to cut somebody. Like, this is what people taught me. People never taught me
Like, yo, if you get caught with that gun and you shoot him above the waist, now you got attempt murder. But if you just shoot him in the leg, now you got assault. Like, nobody taught me that. I had to learn that through trial and error. You understand what I'm saying? I had to go through the system to learn the game. But we're going to get right back to Bricc Baby, because Bricc Baby's out of control. Now, Bricc Baby's one of the dumbest OGs in real life, because to me, I think he snitched on Lil Durk. I think he snitched on Lil Durk. And Lil Durk is like a close friend of his. Like, you know, him and Lil Durk, they got deep ties. You know, they do the Crip and the BD thing. So, you know, they got some connections right there. But I seriously, honestly, in my heart felt that he told on Lil Durk. I think he told on Lil Durk.
I think he told on more than Lil Durk. And if he didn't, he about to be telling for real when he see how much time they gonna give him. They all gonna tell. They all gonna tell.
It's nothing that no one could convince me. And this is why I think he told on Lil Durk that.
They say you can't say that no more. Why? Oh, yeah, because of... Wait, no. Like, why? You can't say that no more. Oh, because of FG Cash? Oh. Nah, because of Power. Oh. What's that? But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more. That's the new term. Like, oh, yeah, slap of all, right? Yeah.
See what I'm saying? This dude is so dumb, he don't even know when he's snitching or when he not snitching. To me, that is stone cold snitching. You sit there talking about, yo, they can't talk about, you can't slide for bone no more, because everybody used to be making fun of Lil Durk, especially Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi 6ix9ine was going hard on Lil Durk when King Von first got laid down. And I know that was getting to Durk a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? So he most definitely had to make an example when they took out Lil Pav. They made sure with Bricc Baby's help, because you know Bricc Baby, he's the one in California that got all the connections. He know what's going on. And not just that, they had $1 million on.
And allegedly he dropped the location. He said that on No Jumper. He said that on Adam to he dropped the location.
On Quando Rondo's head, and you know, Bricc Baby wanted that. Although they got the wrong person. They got the wrong person in the ordeal. But getting back to the subject matter. Bricc Baby is up there on a national podcast that the feds are watching, that everybody's watching. And he's basically telling on Lil Durk. He's basically telling the world that no one can tell Lil Durk that he got a slide for Vaughn, because now that Lil Durk took out Lil Pav, the get back has been completed. And if you notice, after he said those words, a few months later, they picked up Lil Durk. I'm trying to tell y'all, I told y'all the feds are watching all of these platforms so viciously.
Facts.
They're watching.
Facts.
Like Bricc Baby, the last show that he did on No Jumper is the one that I showed y'all where he had that gun on him. The feds saw that. Oh, we got him right there. Possession of a weapon right there. Let's go get him tomorrow. And that's exactly what they did. His stupidity. I mean, his complete dumb fool. Like, you don't have no guns on TV. You don't carry guns at all if you got a felony. Like, the feds will pick you up if they want you. They got full right. Once you had a weapon already, they can come. You don't gotta commit no other crime. You just gotta get caught with another one, and they could come. You know what I'm saying? Felon in possession of an illegal weapon. That should get you slammed. You know what I mean? But this is another reason why I consider this dude one of the dumbest ever. Because like I said, first of all, he snitched on Lil Durk. He didn't even know he was snitching. You understand what I'm saying? He brought that man down without even knowing it. Like, how dumb can you get? I don't need no dumbass friends like that. Like, you snitching, you don't even know it. You could just stay away from me for all that.
Facts.
Check this out. Check this out. This is probably the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. This is where he told FBG Duck's moms. This is how he feels about, like, you know, people cooperating, et cetera, you know, things like this. I just find like just repulsive. For real. But let me find this shit.
Hold on, let me.
You hear what I'm saying? You don't see that type of shit going.
This the only Bricc I know. Got my son whole name and you coming at me. Who the fuck, Bricc, baby? I'ma ask you to slow down. You're rich. You're plugged with the Crips and Cali. I'ma ask you to mind your fucking business. You're supposed to be Nipsey, homie, right? Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. But I'm quite sure he would not approve of you coming at somebody's mama who's seeking justice for their son.
Nah, that's real. You see, that's real talk. You understand what I'm saying? That's real talk. I understand we got the street code, you know, no snitching, no telling, whatever. But that shit don't apply for everybody, yo. That shit don't apply for everybody. If a mother loses her son to the street, she got full rights to want get back, to want justice
Facts.
for her son.
Facts. I know I would.
She would be wrong if she doesn't want justice for her son. What kind of mother would she be? You understand what I'm saying? That for a dude to get on the national platform and disrespect a dude's moms that is seeking justice for her son, well, guess what, bro? I hope you get life. I hope you die in there. I hope you never, ever come out. Because you show exactly what type of poison you are to our community. And we just don't need you around. So get nice and comfortable in your cell. Matter of fact, you should make Big U your bunkie. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all can make some nice tuna casseroles. Y'all can make some good jailhouse sandwiches up in there and live your best life. Because that's going to be the end of your life in there. Get ready for it because it's coming. And with that...
Damn. That's hood news. I like him. But I did not know that Bricc Baby was well connected, that his parents worked with BMF. He went to private school. What the fuck? He could have did so much other shit. It's Wack again.
Hey, Bricc, you know what's going to go crazy in the next 2 weeks is when Eric Holder get his appeal.
What makes you think that the appeal is going to work?
No, it's coming out.
A couple years into like a very long sentence.
No, he got to get out of jail free card.
What's that?
Bricc Baby?
No, not book. Big Useless.
You think he's going to try to put it on?
Oh, wait.
Shut the...
Look, listen.
We're going to have to delete this one too.
No.
No.
What are you talking about? I swear to God, bro.
This is why you invited them on?
I had no idea.
Alex and Nia here to stand on business with me?
Bro, I never heard this.
I'm telling you, Big Useless. We can't say Big U. Say our uterus. He
Twins.
Uterus?
Big uterus. Twins.
Yeah. So basically,
Uterus is a woman's reproductive organs.
I know. So that means twins.
a statement about to come out in like 2 days.
A statement from who?
Eric.
Oh, so you say by the time this is out.
Hold on, wait.
Listen.
So you're saying we should race this one out?
Hey, wait.
No, I'm just
Hold
saying.
on, Adam. I swear to God, I haven't had this conversation with him. What do you
You sure you want to swear on God about that? I feel like you could be lying.
No, I swear, I've never had this conversation with him.
No, but
I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
No, and
What is a statement? Okay, he filed an appeal, right? What would a statement from anybody else do for him?
I was gonna do a lot. A lot.
He ain't making sense.
No, because I can't say it because
22nd Street?
You're saying Eric Holder is going to put out a statement. Basically, I'm trying to think of the only things that you could possibly say about Big U that would change this case at all is like saying that Big U.
Oh, I got it.
we don't want to
Hold
say it
on.
though. We don't want to say it though.
I'm gonna talk to you in code.
He funded it.
No, yo. So you saying Eric.
He's saying he's ready.
Eric is going to sit down with the DA.
He said everybody turned his back. Their back on him, and
he's gonna sit down with the DA and give them some information in exchange for leniency on his case.
I'm not gonna.
No, I'm speaking. You're saying Eric Holder is gonna sit down with the DA.
He's talking about it
and give them some information in exchange for leniency on his case. Okay, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know. You understand what he's saying, right?
Yeah, I can imagine where you're going.
Yeah, that's what it.
Why
he said get out of jail free card?
Why are you telling us that this is going to happen before now?
Man, I was always told you always feed the wolves. You did that man in there. You don't leave them without commissary. You don't leave them out with money on their books. Especially if they did something for you. And you send a letter every now and then. Take the phone calls. And if you can, send somebody up there to visit them. For real. And if he would have did that, he wouldn't be thinking like this.
He told me, put it out there. He about to make the statement. He's going to put it out there. See, the thing is, I know as soon as we put it out there, then it'd be cease and desist coming. Paperwork coming.
But not if it come from him.
Oh, yeah, no, it's coming straight from him and his lawyer.
Who real killers? Like, who really real killers? If he ever know who did that, he gonna knock everybody down. And that's how it is. Sometimes it's about respect. This video shows the Big U's house getting raped.
Yep. And that happened to like Yellow Beezy case. He paid Keon that money. Then you just let him rot. You ain't put no money on the commissary. You ain't put no money on the books. You just said fuck him. Now he want to tell. That's how Yellow Beezy ended up getting picked up. You could have sent somebody to send him, take the phone calls, write a letter every now and then. But that's where Yellow Beezy messed up. You can't do people like that. Especially if they did something for you like that. You always feed the wolves. Okay, let me get to this because I don't want to be too long. Oh, I just want. Well, just give me a minute, y'all. Just give me a minute. It's coming. Damn, I should have kept that video. But I'm keeping that hood talk. I like him. I like hood talk. It's coming. Oh, here you go. Here you go. Adam 22 already
For
done.
being fresh, if the Fed's watching, I made it 41 years into this life before I had involvement, conversation with federal agents. And when they showed up, I was wearing a red Nike Tech. Not exactly the definition of fresh, but I got a crazy update. I'm going to do the Good Diligent Podcaster thing, and I'm going to save it for tomorrow at 4 p.m. with Luce and some surprise guests. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. 22ster has got a big update. Tap inwardly.
All right, so we got Adam 22, and in the video we just watched at the beginning, we seen him say that the feds have officially came and questioned him about everything going on.
Who is this? This is KB Goes Live.
Whole Rolling 60s indictment. Now, as per usual, Adam 22 tried to make a joke out of the entire situation, saying, you know, when the feds showed up, I was in my Nike Tech suit. I wasn't fresh. Jumper was supposed to be the solution. I was trying to put people in a position to make money on the platform. And so responded to, now I keep on running content on my name. I'm putting Kill Squad in the street on 6-0. Right, so the platform has been used to intimidate. It has been used.
Wait a minute, let me see that. I want to play that back.
That's a fact. In the street, if people kept messing with him, basically using the platform to intimidate.
And Bricc baby soft. I don't care what nobody say.
On the dead homies pull up. on 6-0, because ain't no 40s coming to the 60 pushing no issues. No, rolling 60s. Ain't no 40 coming to the 60s, nigga, with no type of drama. You nigga got underlying conditions, nigga hate the hood. On West Side Road to say that. On the dead homie, we said, know what it is. And play ball. The only reason I ain't come outside kill one of you, cause I was in front of these white dead homies. Me and the homies would have crashed. Keep on running content on my name. I'm putting Kill Squad in the street. On 6-0.
Right, so the platform has been used to intimidate.
And you say all that
to bolster the reputation of these individuals.
That I'm a witness
on a podcast.
I just want to clarify.
And he's soft. I'm sorry, he's soft. Bricc baby soft.
Conversation with him. Want to know why? Because I don't know. Like, number one, what the hell do I know about Big U? I barely spent time around Big U. I interviewed him. That's about it. As far as Bricc baby, we've had conversations and shit, but would I be able to be privy to any of the crazy stuff that they might eventually accuse him of? Not at all. Bricc baby never told me about nothing of any significance in terms of any kind of street shit. You know, he's told me about stuff, but not like anything that really would move the needle. I wouldn't be able to say that I witnessed anything really illegal of any interest, even if I did have the feds breathing down my neck. Luce Cannon, like, what the fuck I know about Luce Cannon? The only I've seen is that everybody else has seen on video. So I just throw that out there that, you know, me telling. I have not had a conversation with a fed, a cop, about any gang, street, anything involving Crip. I never had a cop say the word Crip to me ever in my whole life. So I just want to make that.
Hey, James. Thank you.
Count on Big 22. I'm solid.
All right, so Adam 22 says he don't know nothing about nothing, even if he's
Adam gonna sing like a bird. Whatever he know, if they put that pressure, he gonna sing like a bird. Anything that he think he know that's gonna get his ass up out of that, Adam gonna sing like a bird. I agree with you, John. You tapped in, James. Thank you. Yeah, for real. He is. And like I said, Bricc baby soft, so he gonna sing too.
The indictment that they had wiretaps, they had witness.
I'm glad I came from a generation that did not have social media. I'm just glad. Now this Meek Mill, I'm gonna have to change this thing because this Meek Mill responding that he wasn't really robbed and shaken down.
Team needs a bag. So what we do? Walk in the club. You had like 9 of your homies. It was like 30 of us. The security moved to the side. I said, you know what?
Thank you, humble. I like you too.
Handing it to me. You was polite about it, Sugar Plum. You was polite. Sugar Plum, you was polite. I hear Rose. Hey, look. I got this. You got this artist you pumping. You don't want this to get out. We need 50. He brought 52, Crenshaw, and 48.
Wow.
He brought that money. He brought it fast. And when he brought it, I hit Big Useless and said, we on our way. Gave Meek Mills his stuff back and left.
All right, so it looks like we got Meek Mill going off on Luce Cannon after this stupid.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something. At this point, with Meek Mill and P. Diddy, Meek Mill is a buster too. He can't never come back as a man, as a shit. Like he lost. That's the word. That's the word. He lost all credibility when that stuff came out. Oh, okay, James. Hey, money. Yeah, he lost all credibility when that stuff came out with him and P. Diddy and the French fries and all that. He lost all credibility. He could never come back. He has lost all respect. He can't, Meek Mill can't talk no street code, nothing.
Story of Luce Cannon extorting Rick Ross for $50,000 has started
Okay,
gaining
humble.
traction online. The story basically was that Luce Cannon was working for Big U. Big U was wanting to extort Rick Ross when he was in LA. Rick Ross brought his artist to LA.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to get back to the
Luce
video.
Cannon
This
went and
I
robbed.
don't want to hear
So
him
they
talk. I
used
want to
this
get
story that
to it.
He was like, nephew, where you at? And I'm like, nigga, where my money at? And he was like, oh, I needed it for beer.
Right, so that was like the first time that he told this story. That was on No Jumper. That's the
I don't
part
want to
that's
hear
in the
KB. I want to
indictment,
get to
right?
the
And
video.
He doesn't even get to that part. He walked in.
He didn't even get to the intro.
No.
God damn
No,
it.
he walked in. As soon as he walked in or whatever, all the security that was with him, they spent around. I grabbed Cuz. Like, bro, what's up? Get on the phone with Ross.
Honey, all right, that's enough now.
Get
I'm
on
not
the
gonna
phone
tell
with
her
No,
details.
we gotta hear this one.
Oh,
Get on the phone with Ross.
Nah, this one will go viral. What?
Get on the phone with Ross. Neighborhood Crips. So he got on the phone with Ross. I took on the phone with Ross.
Wait. So he just started like squaring up, trying to swing and all like that?
And what?
You grabbed him by the shoulder, like you put your hands on a grown man. He from the trenches.
Like this.
They from the trenches.
Yeah, I know. I nigga from the trenches, but you know,
He a hoe. I'm sorry. He's soft too. Bring back, make me soft.
work like that.
So he called Rick Ross
He a hoe.
And,
right in the club.
Yeah. And then Ross.
Imagine if his cell reception was bad. Fuck.
you stupid.
Listen, the crazy part about it is,
So imagine Ross didn't pick up. All right, so he called Ross. Why'd you have him call Ross? This is crazy.
because we needed that bag, or because was.
But he owed y'all money.
No, he didn't owe no money. He took the money.
Oh, this is extortion. Oh shit.
It's not extortion.
Ken, all right.
See, yeah, we don't want.
See, I might have to probably bail him out after this
We
interview.
don't want to.
No. We'll just say Migos snitch on him. It's fine. Me can't go tell.
Look, we don't want to get that extortion part. It was just a business transaction. You
How much I charge him?
50. That's it.
50,000?
Yeah.
Nah, we squabbling in there. What?
Yeah.
Wait, how many of y'all was there? Was just you?
No, it was probably about like 50 of us.
50 of y'all? 1,000 per person, nigga. All right, cool. Y'all might get that 50. So who's, like, I'm pretty sure like Ross has an answer to this. Meek neither. They're probably saying this nigga lying. We ain't send this nigga no money. How did y'all receive the cash?
Cash.
They gave you cash money.
Yeah. No, they ain't gonna say nobody lying. That's why Meek and Nipsey became cool after that situation, because they started using this in PR. So Meek got smart and started hitting Nipsey up, and that's why the big youth kept going with Nipsey.
Oh, so that's kind of like, yo, if I'm cool with Nipsey, now the homies from Roll 60s ain't gonna keep tapping me on the shoulder and asking for the bag because now I'm kind of tapped in.
Yeah.
right, so he gave some more details right there in that interview.
Wow, but I
including saying that
want
this
to
is the
hear
reason why
Meek Mill
why it
response. Hold
continued
on,
to
that's
go
what
was
I'm
because
trying to
Meek
get
Mill was
to.
trying to LA Crips and asked Rick Ross to pay $50,000 ransom. Right, and Meek Mill seeing this
Here you go.
going viral, and he responded to it with this tweet right here. In the tweet, he says, "This guy must be using this story to confuse his indictment because I never seen him before. I would have put him to God's test on the spot. I never even met Buddy, but I don't negotiate with fake thugs. Ask him what chain he took because all my chains some LOL. My watch is $300,000 and up vibes." So basically, Meek Mill is like, look, I don't know what this dude is talking about, bro. That ain't never happened to me. He could.
He's softer than a sugar cookie.
Dude, he sent this tweet out in response to somebody that said, "I ain't gonna lie, I never heard this story before last week. I did be tuned in to sounding crazy." Because he said he had bodyguards and they turned around and he snatched him up in the club. So they ain't turned back around. And Meek responded to that. He said, "It's a real world laid dudes that respect the shit out of how I carry myself in an open arms where you."
Nobody respects you anymore, Meek Mill, after all that came out with you and Diddy, and especially that boy recording that tape of you and Diddy. So I don't know what respect you think you got. You get no respect in the streets for real. And I'm in Detroit. I know you get no respect here.
to build my people up. I don't care where you from. That's why you seen me around Nipsey and others. We are men of respect and honor. Well, I swear, sometimes try to read me Mill tweets, man. My God needs a college class. Anyways, he continued. He said, me, Nipsey, YG, Mustard, and a few others made sure we didn't follow the East Coast, West Coast narrative. I changed by blessings, but I always been down to meet up with fake street.
I agree with you, John, but that's still, I agree with you. I agree with everything you said, but that don't mean Bricc Baby still soft. He's still soft. To me, anyway. Thank you, Odie, on go. Ota on the go. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
In abandoned areas where there's no civilians, so I can take their heart. So we got a Meat Mill adamantly denying any claims that Luce Cannon had made about taking his chain or doing anything to him. You know, we haven't heard Rick Ross speak about this.
But now I gotta say, Luce Cannon do be damn, and I lost the goddamn. Oh my God. Bricc Baby do be lying. He do. Bricc Baby lie. I mean, not Bricc Baby. Luce Cannon, he do lie. He do exaggerate. But I really appreciate y'all, and I lost my content. I hope I can find it real quick before y'all leave me. I'm bringing it back up because I only wanted to do two. How long I've been on here? Yeah, it's about that time. Maybe I better end this now. But I wanted to play a couple, just two more. That's all I wanted to play. If I move wrong, the stuff just leave. Just give me a few minutes, y'all. Come on. So what y'all think? So you think Bricc Baby got the best chance to get out? Yeah, he's not in the RICO. They got him on the good. He still might get a. Yeah, he gonna. I think they all gonna talk. I really think they all gonna talk. All gonna talk, and Big U ain't never getting out. He might as well get comfortable. But the thing about the feds, though, when he go in there, they want to see that paperwork, and he already got that label on as a rat from state when he went in the 90s. I don't know a bit. I mean, now he can't fight. Now he not a hoe. But I don't know. I think he gonna have some problems. You think Bricc Baby gonna do some time? Oh, okay, here you go. What they say, Luce Cannon looking at 15 years. Bricc Baby, I don't think he looking at that much time. Oh, I think it's 10 years he looking at. And if he got some real good information, you're right, he could walk. He could walk. Okay, I'm back where I needed to be. I just got to get to where I... Okay, hold on. And they've been saying that Bricc Baby got a little sauce. He a little saucy. I don't want to say sassy. Okay, I'm back where I was. Okay, let me delete that. Let me get rid of that. Now let me get to the next one. Cause what was Luce? I want to do this one on PNB Rock. See, I kind of opened. So they said they reopened the Nipsey case. Now I hope, in my heart of hearts, Big U and Luce Cannon was there when PNB Rock was killed, and they took his chain. In my heart of hearts, I think they had something to do with that, and I would like to see justice for PNB Rock. I like PNB Rock.
I'm Anna Garcia right now on a special edition of True Crime News. He was was a rising hip-hop star from Philadelphia who performed with Ed Sheeran and Chance the Rapper until the artist known as P&B Rock was gunned down while eating lunch with his fiancee. A True Crime News exclusive.
Oh, I'm sorry, James. You was unconscious. Oh, well, I hope you feel better. Yeah, take care of yourself.
Video of the crime as it unfolded. The father and son suspects trying to cover their tracks. Was it pre-planned or a robbery gone wrong? I sit down with the lead prosecutor to get exclusive new details.
He set it on fire blocks away from his residence in Wack.
What P&B Rock's fiance, the mother of his daughter, told police after he was murdered right in front of her. And there's finally justice for P&B Rock. Your daily source for true crime starts right now. Hi everyone, thanks for joining us.
Let me see if I can bypass this because I ain't.
As rapper Pete of the streets, where he learned about violence early on.
His father passed away based on a gang war.
His older brother was murdered, so he himself experienced death at an early age.
P&B Rock posted about his brother's death on X, sharing, "It ain't right," but he pushed past the grief and pain through music.
He started off selling out of his trunk and then becoming noticed and observed.
P&B landed a record deal and launched hit songs like Issues, which showcases his love of expensive jewelry. As the money in, the rapper offers the rewards by posting to social media, mostly highlighting his love for expensive jewelry. A love.
See, that's the same thing I was saying, E. Because it came out that him and Luce was not in the same cell. Because I couldn't for the life of me, like, if they put them in the same cell, then it got to be a wire or something in there, because they don't do that. They don't put family members together. They separate friends. They do all that. And they going to put them in the cell, and then that came out to be a lie. You right, E. I believe the same thing.
Not for bragging, but for, celebrating yourself, celebrating your wealth, celebrating the success that you've made in the industry, which I do believe made him an instant target at that particular time.
It was September 2022. P&B Rock and his fiancée, Stephanie, who is the mother of his daughter, stop at the iconic Roscoe's in South LA.
He had 2 watches, several chains, rings on his fingers, and these are not just costume jewelry. Chains that, do gain attention.
For those who may not know, where they chose to eat is not a celebrity haunt. This is where you go when you want to fly under the radar.
Absolutely. I said, quite frankly, $500,000 reasons, $500,000 worth of reasons to come and take advantage of this young man.
P&B Rock and Stephanie had been partners for years, visiting for a business meeting and to celebrate an engagement party for fellow rap star T Grizzly, where the partiers compared their assets on social media posts.
Come on, man. AP's rollies.
But P&B Rock and Stephanie dressed down to head this necklace. As cops worked the scene, word quickly spreads. P&B Rock was dead, and the questions begin.
A murder and posting on Instagram or social media, the posting of that may have led to these individuals learning where he was at.
Social media users immediately start blaming Stephanie's geotagged Instagram post showing her meal.
It's my fault. Oh my God.
Stephanie blamed herself, as seen in this police interview video hours after the murder.
You say no, they came out and said that Luce came out and said that they was not in the same cell. Yeah, and he's soft. Bricc is soft. He's telling everything. I agree with you, Humble and E. I agree.
Does anybody know who they are when they walk in?
Immediately, Trayvon Jones, the gentleman who was sitting right inside the door that fist bumped PNB Rock knew who he was. Tremont Jones waiters at the Roscoe's. That's just his hangout spot.
Detectives soon gathered hours of surveillance video that pieces together exactly what happened in the minutes leading up to PNB's murder and after. From the moment Tremont walks outside, he alerts another man named Freddie Trone to come to Roscoe's. Prosecutors say they acted like two old-school gangsters. So how is it that Tremont Jones tells Freddie Trone who and what is going on?
The information was relayed, who and what, and the opportunity to get maybe $500,000 is sitting inside this restaurant.
It wasn't the first time PNB was targeted in LA. He talked about it with Dr. DJ Academics over a week before the Roscoe shooting.
Somebody tried me on Fairfax, mid-pandemic. He's not on Fairfax. LA is like they bold.
At Roscoe's, surveillance cameras record Freddie Trone arriving in a parking lot. He chats with Jones.
We were speaking.
And on that interview, I seen that interview. He told him that he was being followed, and you go to Roscoe's in the hood with all that jewelry, where niggas is starving. They struggling, and you go in there. Spot, but then withdrawals gonna have. Well, you know what he said he ain't had that many withdrawals. He said he had that one loose stool. That's what he said. He said he had just that one. He said they wasn't that bad as the last time. You know, I try to keep up with everything, even though I'll be late because I work. So I want to do one more video. And I'm going to shut this down. Okay, this where I'm ending with 600. I don't know, 600 iffy with me. I'll be wondering if he working with them people too.
And subscribe. We got an update. 75% of them people who got picked up on that RICO is already out. I talked to 15 people who've been in the feds back in the day and currently and in the feds now. If you have any type of priors,
you know what you right, E.
Stuff like that, you don't get released from the feds. You don't get it.
See, and that's what I said. Both him and Cannon be lying. You right, E. I totally agree with you. This is gonna be the last video.
If you on there on a RICO,
I'm about to do my favor. I'm about to come right back because I slept today. I'm about to do Monster Cody. I loved him. I read his book in 1992. I read the autobiography of an LA gang member in 1992, 93. I read that book in 3 days. He was the most intelligent. I love me some Monster. I'm about to do him. I probably ain't gonna finish. I'm gonna do a quick one. I'll probably come back with part 2.
I mean, they're not. You gotta wait some weeks, a month to get a bill here. They already told me if you're out, you had to agree to cooperate. They put you on ankle monitor. They know you've agreed to cooperate, and they'll bring you back in when they get cracking. Simple as that. You notice no one who's out came forward and showed their paperwork and showed how and why they're out. They're just telling they're out. Feds don't work like that. Ask anybody you know been to Fed. Another thing, we got somebody in there right now. You know what he said? They're leaving their cells and going to their floor every 3 or 4 hours. He said they all tell him. He said even if you was going to see a lawyer, you'll go once a week. He said they going all day, every 3 or 4 hours. They all going debriefing, all of them. It's bad. That means that everybody tell it, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. People try to act like these things ain't going on. Like,
yeah.
Was talking about it.
Come on, Senior. This is the last video.
They put you on 50 people who quit already. They booked you on test for you. Says when some CW, whoever he was extorting, the guy who was being extorted ran out of money. They have a video. They gave the guy to give the video for the extortion pay. He did bang. The little album, the DNA was a part of it. The guy who was with him rolled over, told them everything. You know, because he tried to say he wasn't out there. He told them everything when he left and when he came back. They subpoenaed the cameras and found everything on camera. The DNA was just extra. So it's bad. So now they be doing all this debriefing last couple of days, right? They all come out, they say, UFC all coming every 3 or 4 hours. So now we're going to see the actual indictment and who else gets dragged into this. Now, a lot of those guys who are up there, they've already been telling. They've already been cooperating. We know this. Now let's just see who else they're going to come pick up. As far as Big U, we did the calculation, you know, his first offer could be an estimated 200 years. See, you know, you got to tell up. You can't tell them those small stuff. You know, the hot ones, the extortion, like them big racketeering, like that big stuff, like you got to tell them some big stuff. Me personally, I don't think that he knows that much stuff because we believe that he's already been working. He's already been turning people in over the last few years. So we don't know what else he really knows. Let's just say he knows about a hot one or somebody doing that. I don't think that saves me. I mean, look at what racketeering holds. Look at what the head honcho of a RICO holds. Look at what extortion holds. Interstate sex trafficking for previous. Look up those numbers. And you can come up with an estimate. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we are curious to see what's going on. I got some more information we just got. We got people there, but it's bad. Like, it's real bad. See y'all soon.
All right. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I appreciate you. I'm about to come right back with Monster Cody. Yeah, I want to do him. And I'm going to make... Damn, this didn't go. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, and I really appreciate my new subscribers. I really do. We're going to have a giveaway soon as I still got to get 800 more. So, all right. I love y'all. Appreciate you.